All right, guys, as we come back here to the field, welcome back. But we're going to start this one over. Hello, and welcome back to Big Sky Farms at Westbridge Hills. Last episode, you will recall, we got started mowing some third cut. There is our swather. Looks like he's starting off on our first set of headland rows. Um, and we are going to get raking these together so we can get them baled up. We got our course set here, and looks like we're pretty dialed in on that course. So this is just a little bit to get this raked together. We'll do a bunch of raking, and then we will see if we can get some bales made. I believe if we get both headland or both all four headland rows put together, that'll leave us two. And if we get those mowed and kind of out of the way, or raked and out of the way, then the mower has a little easier time. But he also will struggle just a little bit with that, running into bales and whatnot. So we'll have to see how this goes. We could quite easily copy that courseplay course and just let courseplay do this. But I thought I would do this with you guys here and just you guys get a little taste of making some hay Montana style. So we'll get these outside two rows kind of raked together, and then we'll see what sort of a mess our swather makes of that inside row as he's turning. So we'll see what kind of hay this gives us. We got a little glitch in that mod there. Not sure what's going on there, but we we'll shut our GPS off here to make this corner. And we do skip a little in the corners there. We'll come back and clean that up. I'm still not quite sure if I want to square bale these or round bale these. Like I said, I've been having some fun with that round baler, so we might end up round baling that. But we do have that square baler up in the shed there. And this one, I think I am going to do just a little bit cleaner of a turn here. Whoop, turn up into the rocks there. So, and then we'll come back down here, drop right in between. And I think I'd like to center this up just a little bit more. Definitely can do some raking with GPS, but you do end up doing a lot of shifting and a lot of moving just to get it lined up where you want it. So infinitely easier if your swather's running on GPS, which courseplay is the farm sim equivalent of about as GPS as you can get. So fortunately we can't see him cutting up there on the top of the hillside there, but so yeah, this is just getting this dry hay raked up. This would beginning to middle of September. There's our swather. Not sure what we got going on underneath that razor bar header there. Got some funky lights going on under there or what, but still one of the best swather mods in the farm sim game to date. So we will get this raked up, ready to bale, and we will go from there. So again, doing this with our 516 Fendt. Just nice little all-around horse-powered tractor for raking work. So come back here. We'll probably jump out of the cab to do a little make this corner here. There we go. Looks like we got a nice stand on here. Nice stand of hay here, so got that going for us. And we're definitely going to pick up and set down over these rows here. We'll pick that baby up. There we go. And we'll come over here, get lined up on the next two. And looks like we are just a little off here, so we're going to recenter that baby. And we don't want to goof up our next two over there. So in real life raking, it'd be a little bit off with, we got one big windrow here on the left and this smaller one on the right that would cause some issues when we come back to bale it. It just makes kind of an uneven row and just creates a little more driving for those guys running the balers, either squares or rounds. Rounds are definitely a little bit more difficult to get nice even bales when you have an uneven windrow. Squares are a lot more forgiving. So the other nice thing is those squares just, you don't have to stop. You can just bale. So that makes it real nice for those guys. So all right. This is more typical of a job that we would do early in the morning, real life. What am I wanting to say here? The base game in Farm Sim with grass, it's not too doesn't quite come across as the same, but what we would want to do with that alfalfa, that's typically what I'm more familiar with, is we want to keep those leaves on that alfalfa. And so raking it early-ish in the morning still gives us a little bit of dew. Those leaves hang on just a little bit longer. And that's where all our nutritional value for our cow chow comes from, is in those leaves and in those stems, kind of the combination of both. So we want to try our very best to leave as many leaves on as we can. That's why a lot of times when guys are trying to get dairy quality hay, they'll be raking early in the morning and sometimes baling late in the evening, or again early, about 24 hours later, trying to get a little bit of moisture on that super dry hay to keep those leaves on those stems and minimize that leaf loss. So here in the game, when we're doing grass, obviously not quite as critical, but still we want to shoot for as much realism as we can here. So this is about as close as we can get here to Montana style. So we are going to widen that windrow out just a skosh. That looks like a real nice one there. So and I think, yeah. So I think what we're going to do when we get back up to the top of the hill there is we are going to park this guy. We'll run down and grab that other tractor and bale up these two outside rounds here. And then we'll get this guy rolling on the back and forths on courseplay there, and we'll get those bales out of the way as quick as we can, so our swather doesn't have too much trouble getting around them. And that just will kind of keep the episode flowing nice. So, all right. Because as you'll see when we come up here, whoops, sorry about that background noise. My wheel's making a bunch of noise. But we're going to end up scooping a bunch of these fresh cut windrows into our drier ones here on the outside, which can happen in real life as well. Try to minimize that when it happens, but it does make for some lumpy windrows, which we don't want. Makes feeding into the baler a little bit tougher. So, but turn that off, and then I believe once we get here. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go just a little bit down this first row here. That'll work. And then we'll shut our GPS off. We're going to jump over to, well, not where I thought we were going to go, but that's okay. And we're going to copy this course. And we're going to go over here. Now, let me think here a minute. What I want to do is I want to make this 32. 32.1. That'll work. And want to pull that up. I'm not sure. It's going to end up getting goofed up over there. 4, well, we'll just have to play this one by ear and see how it goes. So we're going to shut it off for now. We will jump out and we'll cruise down over here. And we'll grab our 200 that's going to be on our feed mixer, since we don't have to mix any feed here yet. We just well utilize him. And we got to get rid of some stuff on the screen here for you. Okay. Get backed up out of here a little bit. Looks like we might need a little bit of light here. And I did add a, whoops. I thought we had our guy. Guess he didn't get added into the list there. Okay. So we got the light mod on there. Get this guy ready. And drop him down. And we'll see how we do baling a little hay here. I wonder if that's something we have to turn on every time. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these outside rounds baled up here. And if there's enough time, we might just get them stacked up out of the way. That will, goodness. This looks like a fairly decent stand of hay here. quick as that those bales are made. So we're also taking 32 feet of good standing hay there, so it would stand to reason. I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed with this John Deere. No, not John Deere. Thinking of my other series. Excuse me. Um, this Vermeer and Fendt, this Vermeer pack coupled with these Fendts, just makes for a real nice combo. So you can do a little bit of inside here. And actually, what I think we could do. No, better not try to do it on the fly. We could quick set up a GPS course for this one and could do a little bit more camera work here. But making these grass bales are not quite as heavy as our straw bales. That's kind of interesting. Usually I would have thought they would have been a little bit heavier. But so I'm guessing by the time we get done with these outside two, our swather guy is going to be about done cutting. Well, maybe not. Whoop. Better back up. We're going to good thing that pusher's pretty strong. We can do a little bit of pushing him out of the way. So we'll go in cab to chat here a little bit. A little quieter in here. So I am super bummed that courseplay won't kick those lights on for us. That's just kind of a bummer. But we can get our taste and our feel for lights here. So getting 2 on the ends, and what do we do? 6 on the long sides there. Do a little bit of turning out in the pasture here. This one does get a little bouncy too. I wish we could have a little bit more control over the spacing on our wheels here. I think widening these out give us a little more realism for baling. So, but that's all right. I am still just totally immersed, totally in love with this game. So we're digging it. Caught that one a little quick. Maybe send a clip of this to Massey, to Eggo. Tell him we're, instead of a razor bar, let's call it the laser bar. So we got a laser flashing underneath that header, cutting it up there. So once we come up this other side here, we'll have a real good idea of how much that swather is getting into our inside row there. Hopefully it's not too much. Here it is, just a little bit, but that's kind of how life is. So, oop, 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 oop. A little bit quick there, Big Sky. Wait till the door's closed. So, A little closer to the end there. I wonder if the net wrap add-on works with these Vermeer balers. Might be something for us to check out. So, whew. Had that one timed just perfect. I thought I took off a little early again. So, have to say, super happy with that course play on the swather there. He hasn't missed a beat. So, looks like we got some good help there on the farm. So, way overshot this one. What are we doing here, guys? Oh, there he is. Okay. All right. In the essence of time. All right. In the essence of time, we will throw you guys into a bit of a montage here. And when we come back, we'll be wrapping up our second headline pass. As we come back there, you can see what mess the swather made of that inside row there that we had already done. So we will have to get these bales made and scooped up off the field, and we'll come back with the rake, kind of rake that together into a better windrow so we don't leave all those bits laying in the field there. So that can be kind of a hazard if you start, definitely if you start raking the hay together before the swather is done swathing. Um, it's just kind of one of those little things you live and learn. So, but we're just over here in the back corner of the field. We just got to go down to the other end here. So. All right. Again, we kind of see how big of a mess that swather made here on this inside round. So getting the rake started before we were done cutting did kind of put a put us in kind of a spot, but we can come back and clean that up. It's not ideal. It's not super efficient, but it can be done without too much fuss. So. And with getting back to the top of the hill, looking at the clock, I'm thinking that is going to be a real good place to go ahead and end this episode. So thanks again for tuning in, and when we come back next time, we will finish the raking, finish the baling, and do some stacking as well. So hope to see you there. Thanks. We'll see you next time.